Hello and welcome to Mad Dog Goes Racing, and today we're back in Automobilista 2 for the latest update, which is the version 1.3.1.0. Now, since the last video there has been a minor update, version 1.3.0.1, which I didn't cover, so I'll quickly go through the changelog on that before we get started on the new update. So this is the 1.3.0.1, so just to make sure we don't miss anything. General, fixed default Formula Championship crashing from targeting old Azure track instead of updated one. UI and HUD, fixed throttle clutch pedal values inverted on full tacho variant. If you remember, I did mention they were reversed. Fixed replay list not correctly aligning in ultra wide resolutions. FFB, optimization pass on default plus profile, FFB adjustments to BMW M4, M6, M8, GTE, Formula V, Mini 1965, Corvette C3 and C3R, and a TSI Cup. Physics and AI, further tyre tread revisions and AI calibration pass for Formula Trainer, Caterham Academy, Vintage TC1, Vintage TC2, Copa Fusca, Copa Uno, TSI Cup, Opala's Omega Stock, Formula V, further fine-tuning of traction control slip ranges, adjusted crankshaft mass for vintage touring cars and Copa Classic, corrected VW Polo and Virtus mass, apparently got the full laden weight instead of the sort of curbside weight, so they should be a little bit more nippy now than they were. Increased preload resistance in cars with open differential. Audio, adjusted traction control sounds for all cars. Tracks, Azure Circuit 2021. Reduced AI on AI trapping against Armcos, causing crashes pile-ups. Adjusted line at the chicane to reduce AI going too wide and clipping the barriers, causing crashes pile-ups. Reposition the rolling start location to before last corner and reduce rolling speed to 60 kilometers per hour. Vehicles, TSI Cup, fixed missing custom livery folders, causing mix-up with mini liveries, fixed small gap in cockpit dashboard, and that is the 1.3.0.1 update. Now we get on to the big one, which is the current update, which is to version 1.3.1, as I mentioned, and I'm having a look down there because yet again I've forgotten what it was. Now, this is also the first update of the part 2 of the Racing USA DLC. And I say this is part 1 of part 2 effectively, because it's not all of it. So, content, tracks, added the Cleveland Burke Lakefront Airport circuit. My God, that's a mouthful, isn't it? I'll just call it Cleveland from now on, probably. Part of the Racing USA Part 2 DLC pack. Added Watkins Glen International 4 layouts, part of the Racing USA Part 2 DLC pack. Vehicles, added a Reynard 98i, Swift 00. Oh my God, don't do that to me, you stupid tablet. My tablet's having a bit of a mental moment there. Where did I get to? Reynard 98i, Swift 009C, Lola T98, and that's with 4 engine options. To the Formula USA Gen2 class. That's Gen 2 as in Generation 2, not Gen 2 as in the Penguin. Part of the Racing USA Part 2 DLC pack. Now, the fact that it's Gen 2, does that mean we're going to get some Gen 1s as well? Probably, maybe. Come on, stop pissing me about, you stupid tablet. General optimised FFB custom script performance, again. Further revisions to shadow cascading parameters, revised AI suspension rates to minimise some cars appearing to jitter in online races. As prediction netcode for human opponents in multiplayer uses those same AI parameters, which is interesting. Fixed selection issues in custom AI grids feature. Further adjustments to shadow cascading parameters. UI and HUD. Added engine displacement, weight distribution, wheelbase specs to vehicle browser and loading screen. Added driver flag to pre-post session leaderboards. Fixed online rating regulations options being visible in single player. fixed stretched fuel icon on the session overview screen, fixed stretched flag textures on nationality selection screen, fixed aspect ratio or loading screen vehicle render, adjusted mouse activation zones on the monitor screen, updated credits list, physics and AI, minor tyre tread revisions to GTE, GT3, Formula V10 G1, Formula V10 Gen2, Formula USA and Super V8, revised rain tyres for all classes, increased slick drop-off in wet for GT cars, further fine-tuning for ABS system, Formula Trainer AI calibration passed, revised rain tyres, increased slick drop-off in wet for GT cars. Didn't I just read that? I did. Added wet and hard compounds for Formula USA Gen2, medium and revised hard for Formula Ultimate. Adjusted helper spring rates for Porsche Cup, GT3R and RSR GTE. Updated Super V8 suspension, reduced sprung mass. Revised splitter aero. Revised AI suspension parameters should minimise issues with AI potentially rolling or bouncing off high curbs on some tracks. And that's it. Now, let's have a quick talk about this DLC. This is the 1990s American Open Wheelers from Reynard, Lola and Swift, as well as a Cleveland Burke Lakefront road course in Watkins Glen International. Road America to be added to the pack later on the month with further machines from that same era. So, I think that was around about the time when they went from just having IndyCar to having kart and IndyCar, which was very confusing for the people who liked to follow it at the time, and they said, what's happening? It confused the crap out of me. I used to actually watch quite a bit of IndyCar. It's one of those interesting series where it's like they do go to some really interesting places. Now, so, what are we going to have a look at? Well, we're going to have a look at the cars, which are here. Yeah, there's 6 different cars to play with. Why that appears to be able to scroll when you can't scroll, I don't know. But Lola chassis with I think it might be a Ford power unit in that. I think they were all V8, just under 3 litre, turbocharged. Probably running methanol as well at the time, if I remember rightly. I could look it up, but I haven't. So they're all about the same performance. I thought they were going to change it so there was a slight difference between them, but obviously not a lot. You notice, I was going to point at it, but weight distribution now is included, and wheelbase. Not that it makes a huge amount of difference. These are pretty much all exactly the same, so I'm surprised at that. I thought there'd have been some minor differences, especially as you got like Ford, Honda, Merc and Toyota engines in the 4 different Reynard chassis. The Swift was actually an American chassis, but we're going to go with, what are we going to go with? What should we go with? Doesn't make a lot of difference really to me, one way or another, but we'll have a look at this one. And have a look in the showroom. Look at that bum. Now, I'm trying to remember if this was the period when they were relying a lot more on the underside of the cars for their performance, or whether this was before they started going for a lot more sort of under-tray performance. I can't remember. All I can say is it's a very pretty little car. I'm assuming they haven't actually got sort of specific named drivers in these. I didn't bother looking, but at some point you'll be able to change your AI and put whatever names you like in, as they're doing with all of these. So I think the biggest difference, I think the Lola and the Reynard are pretty similar looking, whereas the Swift is a much, we'll put that in the showroom, much flatter looking along the top. So I I think that's... Does that remind me a bit of one of the Tyrrells? Maybe. I mean, I haven't tried all of the cars yet. I've been doing other things. But they all feel pretty good from the beta testing I did the other day. This is the first time I tried them actually in the release version, for the very simple fact it didn't release till up past 10 last night, and I was doing a load of other things like watching, trying to catch up on some TV. So we'll go. Should we go with the Swift? Yeah, what the hell? We'll go with that. And I don't think we want to be there. We want to be on one of the new circuits, which we'll go to Cleveland first, or should we go to Watkins first? Yeah, we'll go to Cleveland first. As you can see, it's quite a simple layout. The only non-90 degree bends are the very first. Is that the first corner, or is that the last corner? Where's the start-finish line? I think the start-finish line must be sort of there-ish. Yeah, that must be the start-finish line. The first corner, which is a tight little hairpin, and this obviously fast kink, which you don't really notice. And then the rest of them are all sort of 90 degree, 90 degree, 90 degree. Yeah, more or less. What we'll do is, I presume we're on the default date. Yeah, that'll do. We'll put it on medium rubber. Just need a little bit of rubber, not a lot. And one year they did hold this at night. I would have done it at night to show you how, I mean, you can see in the background picture there how everything's lit up. But for obvious reasons, I ain't going to be able to show the circuit very well if I'm sort of, well, driving around. So if I can find the right button, we'll go into the, get a bit higher up here, we'll get rid of that lot, and then do I want to try and get a bit further up? Now, one thing you will notice about it is it's quite a rough circuit. Coming out of the pits can be a bit of a pain because obviously I've got quite limited view here, so it's quite tempting to go that way. And that's the wrong way. I should have left the track mat on so I can see where the hell I'm going. But as you can see, it's like very wide, very flat, and quite easy to get lost. Now you want to be over the left-hand side here to get a spot on these distance markers, which hopefully nobody will run over. And luckily that crane's there because that's the indication of where you're meant to be going. So as you can see, it's not that easy to actually spot this corner. And then I seem to be getting a little bit of a stutter going on there. And again, use the brake markers to work out where to turn in, because again you can't really tell. You want to be turning in, and hopefully these cones actually stay there, because if they don't you're going to be absolutely buggered. Now this is the biggest pain in the bum, because there's nothing over here to tell you where to turn in. You have to look for a marker over here, this cone, and try to clip that cone, and then you want to run out wide and try and make this into one corner, but you need to slow down a bit for the second part, because this particular part of the road's a bit narrower than the other side. So, and run up a straight here. Again, you'll get to a point you want to move to the right a little bit, because that's the pit entry, I believe. Coming up here. Again, you've got brake markers on both sides this time, so you can actually see it reasonably well. And then this is the tightest pair of corners on the course. There's a hell of a bump on the exit here, so it's quite easy to actually end up getting the back end coming out a bit, coming through there. Then the run down the start-finish straight. I'm never sure how wide you want to go here, because but that's quite a tight hairpin, and I'm going to have to do something because I seem to have a horrendous stutter there, so just see if I can sort that out. I will be back in a minute. Not sure what's going on with that, but slightly strange. Have to live with it. Right, I'm in cockpit car now. I've been around the track just to see if I can work out what's going on, and haven't made any choices, so changes. Now, as you can see, spotting that cone from in cockpit is quite difficult. Maybe if you've got like a huge screen and using a correct fob, you might be able to see it a bit better, but because it'll look bigger. But very much a case of bit of guesstimation going on. But as you can see, my God, this circuit's rough. It will certainly give you a nice workout. And don't forget you've got nearly 900 brake horsepower under your right foot, so a little bit of caution required, but oh, I didn't see it, I missed it completely. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Even though I was looking towards the brake markers, I really need to be looking over at the other side there and completely missed it. Could probably do a little bit more wing on it, on the front end, to get it to bite a bit more, but overall not too bad. As I said, I did try, I think all three chassis during the beta, and they all felt fairly similar, so they should feel realistically quite similar. You're probably not going to tell a huge amount of difference between them, but oh my God, that's rough. It is a nice circuit. It's big as this year, like I said, is actually spotting where the bloody corners are, because once you overshot them, you're buggered. So you probably want to be turning in at close to the 300 or 3 board, which is obviously probably 300 feet, not 300 metres. But it has actually got quite a nice flow to it once you get it. And these are probably quite slow laps because just getting my brain to go, yeah, it's got more grip, it's got more grip, it's got more grip, and you'll probably like all these high performance vehicles, it's a matter of getting your brain around the fact they do have as much grip as they do. So should I just go into the dark and see what it looks like? Yeah, what the hell, we'll just have a quick look, and we might try a different car as well, because we can. We'll go with the Lola, and then we'll make it night time, hopefully. $10, that'll do. It should definitely be dark then. We might make it a little bit less cloudy, so we can see some stars. Hopefully all those cranes have got big lights on them, so they should light up the corners, which might actually make life easier to spot the corners. We don't know, we'll find out in a minute. I haven't actually tried this yet, so hopefully it's dark. Oh, it's quite dark. It's not ultra dark, but oh shit, where are we? Yeah, that's I don't know if it gets a lot darker than this, but if it doesn't get a lot darker than this, I think I might make it a bit later than this. What time did I do that? Did I do it? It's 10 o'clock and it still wasn't hugely dark. Light pollution, obviously. It's all 1 o'clock in the morning. If it's not dark then, it's... Ooh. Obviously a car with headlights would be better. Oh, that's darker. So, can we just point ourselves at the city of it? Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a stutter going on there. We put a map on so I actually see where the fuck I am. Right, so we want to get over here somewhere. There's the track. Honestly, if this was as much light as they have for the real thing, it does look pretty, but my god, I would like to race around here. It does look pretty, it certainly does. I'll just stick to the 1 lap, I think, just to prove a point. But yeah, if you want to race at night, you can. It has got lighting, so even in something with no headlights, you can actually go for a run around. That button. Just trying to remember which button to press to actually get out of the session there. Right, that's the rather flat and difficult to drive around. Actually get the hang of it. Cleveland circuit, which is I'm bloody sure that I have played a game which had that in it before. I don't think it was an IndyCar title. I think it was something else. Only for the life of me, I can't think of what it was. What we're looking for, Watkins. Right, 4 layout. So you got the short layout with the inner, the short layout without the inner loop, the long layout with the inner loop, and the long layout without the inner loop. So the inner loop being this little chicane. Now the original course that was built in 1956, whenever it was, I think they changed it into 71. It didn't have the inner loop. What it did have was the potential to have a little chicane here. I think the road's still there. Last time I looked at a map or a satellite image. So it actually came down after the inner loop and joined up around this big bend here. Then the back straight came this way, and then there was a long sweeping left-hander followed by a very fast right, and the pits were actually up this straight here, and the start finish line was basically just before the S's. So it's now a bit different. I think I might actually try the, what should we do? Yeah, what the hell, we'll go with a Mercedes. Which was actually, was it Ilmore Engineering? Was Mercedes? all these engine manufacturers in the UK who changed names, been bought out and various things. Cosworth being Ford, I think Ilmore Engineering being, oh shit, it's the middle of the night still, I didn't want to do that. I forgot that. Let's make it a bit more daylightish. That's better. You should be able to see what we're doing now. That being the whole point of showing you around a circuit. Now, hopefully you should know your way around Watkins Glen. It's in lots of titles. It's a nice old school circuit, so it should be pretty good. Let's just get that one. Is that the best? Yeah, probably. And we'll turn that off. Right. One thing you'll notice straight away is it's a lot smoother. In terms of the track I'm talking about. It should have all the seasonal foliage, so it's obviously a bit autumnal at the moment. As always, I don't know why it seems a bit stuttery, but probably should have rebooted my machine or done something after I did a load of updates. It all looks really pretty. It's the traditional blue that they have their Armco done it. This inner loop you can run with or without it. You'll find the curbs here are not too bad. You can run them quite hard, but you might find your car gets a little bit airborne over. Now, here is where the original little chicane was added, and it actually goes across there and then comes back in. Well, you see those two blocks here, so it came back here. The short circuit and the original circuit goes off that way. As you notice, it's got some things to stop you going too far, way up there, so there's no cones, so you have to know which circuit you want sort of before you get to them. Now, I don't know why my machine's looking a bit stuttery this morning. It's obviously, I've obviously woken it up too early. Now this is called the boot, this bit. It's just like, it looks like a boot at the bottom of the circuit, so. But I'd say it is a really nice version of Watkins. They've done their usual excellent job on putting it together. That is annoyingly stuttery around there, again. Now the original circuit went straight off here and then had a very long, slow left-hander bend. Basically, I think it probably followed where the Armco is now. So if you look where the Armco is going, it shot off over there, and then there was a fast right, and then it rejoined further round on the second short straight before the S's. Now, if I get in car, round steering wheel, eh? I turned in a little bit too early there. But now this is where I try to kill myself, probably through here. Stupidly late braking. front-end grip we would like through there, but as I said, this is the first time I've driven this car in the final release, so it's probably had a couple of very minor tweaks since the beta version I drove literally 2 days ago, because it does feel slightly more planted. I really should stop hitting that rev limiter. Whoops, a bit wide. Yeah, it's actually better than it was a couple of days ago, so they've obviously done some tweaks to it. One last flying lap. Hopefully we'll warm the tyres up a bit. They've also changed the gearing as well, because it was actually running out of revs down the back straight. Actually, it was running out of revs before we even got to the back straight, so it was actually round the exit of the S's. Whoops, don't get off the grass, get off the grass. It was peaking about 188 miles an hour, so I have no idea what it's doing today. But they are very, very, very quick cars. Like I said, 900 odd horsepower. And I think they'll be a good fun addition to the game. Trying to run a curve too much. So you sort of try and get the inside there, so you're getting the nice banked section of the corner. That feels really good. It feels better than it did a couple of days ago. Like I said, they might have made a few tweaks to the tyres and or physics of it. All of those cars that I've tried, so that's 3 out of 6. But like I said, this is the same chassis with 4 different engines for this Reynard. They should all feel pretty much the same in terms of the handling. And they'll probably feel fairly similar in terms of the engine performance as well. So, but really nice couple of tracks. The other track that will be coming hopefully in a week or two, who knows, Road America, which has always been one of my favourite US tracks. Fast, it's open, along with Watkins, nice flow to it, old school track again. So hopefully that will be another great addition. But these lovely cars, how good they'll be for racing, being so quick, I don't know. There is, of course, already a couple of ovals. I don't know if they're going to be adding more, so you can actually run them at, for example, where the hell is it? I'm trying to remember the name of the damn circuit now. Is it Jacapagua? Yeah, Jacapagua. Jacarapagua, the 2005. It's actually got the oval, and they did actually race the Indy cars on this oval. So, and it's an interesting, because it's obviously not an oval. It's 4 very distinct corners, 2 slightly slower, 2 very fast, and they should work well around there. I did actually try a couple of days ago around here. Just trying to think, is that the only real oval we've got at the moment? I think it is, isn't it? So you can run that. You've obviously got where else have they run? Brazilia's got an oval. I thought Campo Grande actually had an oval at one point, but it's not one that you would obviously use. Cleveland, Curvada, that's a sort of oval, though that first thing is a bit horrible. There are actually quite a few ovals in Brazil and other parts of South America, strangely enough. Daytona, we haven't got the oval yet, but that'll presumably be added at some point. No, that wasn't what I was thinking of. Hockenheim, Ibarra. Again, Interlagos, the original old historic outer. You could probably run quite a good slipstreaming battle around there. Obviously Laguna, you can run them around because they run around there. Long Beach again, you can run around there. I'm just trying to think if they ever ran some IndyCar at Montreal. I might have done. But you still got plenty of appropriate circuits to run on. And plenty of inappropriate ones as well. I mean, you can run it around a kart track if you already wanted to, but that wouldn't quite be cricket, would it? That'd be motor racing, you fool. So, yeah, great additions, as always. Really nice cars. They go well, they stop well, they turn well. You really have to, like all high performance, high downforce cars, trust the downforce, because the more you trust it, the faster you'll go. So it's one of those getting my old head round fast cars again. So I think that's a really good update. It's definitely, everything's heading in the right direction. They seem to be working day and night to get new content out, as well as some really nice updates to the physics, tyres. Obviously the diff changes have made a huge difference, so well worth it. And for the weekend you can play these for free. If you haven't already got them, you'll have to buy it after the weekend, obviously, but by the time I get this out, you might still have a day and a half to play with them before everything goes back to costing you money. But so far I think the DLC has been reasonably priced. So if you ain't got it and you want to try it. And if you haven't got it after today, tomorrow, weekend, whatever, you'll have to pay for it to try it, or you might be able to try the circuits out if somebody's running them in a multiplayer, but they're running a non-DLC car. You'll be able to try the circuits out, obviously, because the DLC is available on MP, but only the tracks, not the cars. Reminder. So, for me, for now, that's all on the 131 update and the part 1 of part 2 of the Racing USA DLC. And that's enough waffle from me. Enjoy your racing. Enjoy these, because they are good cars. Don't get lost at Cleveland, because it's very easy to do. And enjoy your racing, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.